Welcome back, everybody, to some more Halo 2 Anniversary. Here we are, we're going to start Mission 6, the Arbiter. Things are about to get crazy. Let me jump in. We are, of course, playing this on Heroic, no skulls. And I really, really like the cutscene that starts here. It's pretty awesome. And yeah, I didn't need to continue because we literally quit right as the first cutscene was starting. So let's watch this. Oh, I'm excited to see another one of these amazing cutscenes. They're so good. They are so good. Hope everyone is doing well on this, what is it, Thursday? Jesus, yeah, it's Thursday. Here we go. Long cutscene.
How much further must we heft this baggage? Any cell will do? Why not toss it in with this lot? They could use the meat. Them? What about us? My belly aches, and his flesh is seared just the way I like it. Quiet! You two whimper like grunts fresh off the teat. He's not meant for the jails. The hierarchs have something special in mind. Noble prophets of truth and mercy, I have brought the incompetent.
You may leave, Tartarus.
But I thought...
And take your brutes with you.
Release the prisoner.
This cutscene is
Council
like
decided
crazy.
to
I
have
love
you hung
it.
by your entrails and your corpse paraded through the city. But ultimately, the terms of your execution are up to me.
I am already dead.
Indeed. Do you know where we are?
The mausoleum of the Arbiter.
Quite so. Here rests the vanguard of the great journey. Every Arbiter from first to last. Each one created
Taming
and
of the...
consumed in
Is it
times
the
of
taming of the
extraordinary
Ungoi? He talks about the Grunt Rebellion
Taming
here.
of the hunters.
The taming of the
Grunt
hunters.
Rebellion.
Yeah, Grunt
Were it
Rebellion.
not for the Arbiters, the Covenant would have broken long ago.
Even on my knees, I do not belong in their presence.
But look how
Halo's
good this
destruction
cutscene
was your
looks
era,
in Halo
and
2
you rightly
Anniversary as well.
bear
It's
the blame.
so good.
But the Council was overzealous. We know you are no heretic. This is the true face of heresy. One who would subvert our faith and incite rebellion against the High Council.
I remember the first time I saw this in 2004. And I was like, what is going on? Why are we seeing all this stuff about the Covenant? What is happening? Where's the Master Chief? I want to know what just happened with the Master Chief.
This heretic, and those who follow him, must be silenced.
Their slander offends all who walk the path.
What use am I? I can no longer command ships, lead troops into battle.
Not as you are, no, but become the Arbiter. And you shall be set loose against this heresy with our blessing.
It looks like just insane. Like what they did with these cutscenes is the main reason why I chose to play Halo 2
What of the
Anniversary
council?
over the original.
The tasks you must undertake as the Arbiter are perilous, suicidal. You will die, as each Arbiter has before you. The Council will have their corpse.
Great line of dialogue coming up as well. I think this game's riddled with good dialogue, in the best way possible, obviously. Here we go, he's about to say, what would you have your Arbiter do?
What would you have your Arbiter do?
I've not played this game too much or anything.
When we joined the Covenant, we took an oath.
According to our station.
And that's Halo, the first Halo from
On the
Halo
blood
1.
of our fathers, on the blood of our sons, We swore to uphold the covenant.
Even to our dying
And we're heading
breath.
to the gas giant that was in the skyboxes of all the first Halo game. We're going to, that's where the Halo is kind of orbits, or is in, you know, orbit of. So we're going to one of the planets that we've only ever seen in the first game.
And continue our march to glorious salvation. This armor suits you.
Am I wrong at saying this
Never
is the
hide that
planet of
mark.
Threshold? I think it is.
Nothing ever will. You are the arbiter. The will
Threshold.
of the prophets. But these are my elites. Their lives matter to me. Yours does not. That makes two of
I
us.
think this is Threshold.
Leader, there is no doubt. The storm will strike the facility. We'll be long gone before it arrives.
Warriors, prepare for combat.
So this is the moment I remember being like, huh? What's happening? What are we doing?
The arm of the prophets.
We play as an elite in this game for about half the story. It's very evenly split in this game, I would say, where you play as the Arbiter and you play as Master Chief. Much more balanced than in Halo 5, which is, I think you have 3 missions as the Master Chief, and the other 11 missions, or however many, are as Locke. It's crazy. Also, the graphics in this area are really nice. They really went crazy with the whole orange tint, which I actually really like in the remake. It's very nice. Just little details with like how everything feels like a lot more lit by the crazy like gas storm and the, you know, this atmosphere. It's awesome. Anyway, let's go. We got some stuff to do. What do you think, little grunt fella? What do you think? What do you look like in old graphics? Oh, he's all cute! You cute little grunt! And then he's like, oh, I grew a helmet!
Reveal
Beautiful.
yourselves only after the Arbiter has
I
joined
don't know what
battle
the
with
button is to go
enemy.
invisible. Which button? Oh, it's X.
You may wish to do the same, Arbiter. But
My invisibility is about to run out. There we go. That didn't take very long.
ours. Your camouflage will not last forever.
I love the original Halo 2 grunts. Oh, door is open. I don't have camouflage right now. There we go. We're in. We're in. See this dude? See this dude? Boom! That was loud. Right, we're going to pick up the carbine, which is one of my favorite weapons in this game. It's my favorite new weapon they introduced for Halo 2. Time to go to town. I tell you what, whatever they did to it in Halo 2 Anniversary, I love it. Because it feels and looks incredible. Like, look at it there. And then in old graphics, like, old graphics in general is insane, like what they did to this level. There's something, I just really, really like these levels. I'm very fond of them. I remember there'd been quite a large debate when I was younger about if the Arbiter was a good idea for this game. And while I, at the time, remembering being like, this is weird, I never felt like it was a bad idea. And I think it's a really cool addition to the Halo universe to have this happen. I'm out. Oh no, I'm not out. I have like 3 bullets left. I think in hindsight, what Bungie did with this game is pretty awesome. Why is that grunt just shooting his own men? It's like when I watch Star Wars films, I always bounce between if I like A New Hope or Empire Strikes Back more. Right now I'm very much in an Empire Strikes Back mood. But then, it's like with Halo, I always bounce between if I like Halo 1 or 2 more. Although I'm a big fan of Halo 3 ODST as well. And Halo 3. I think they're all good. But I always bounce between, well, my favorite is between Halo 1 and Halo 2. And I think right now, just because I'm playing it, I think my favorite is Halo 1. Halo 2. It's Halo 2. It's got to be Halo 2. And look at this. This is what I was talking about the other night. They did something with... They made the part between the mouth and the upper head a little bit too long in the remake. Like, he doesn't have that big of a gap, like where his nose would be. But I still think the models they made for the remake, the Elites, look a lot better than, say, the Elites in Halo 5 or Halo 4. Like, I like these models a lot more. And I loved seeing them bring back this armor design. It's very cool. Alright, I'll stop waxing lyrically about how much I like the remake. And we'll just keep playing it. There's a Needler right there. Let's just stare at the Needler. Oh, crouched on Needler. Oh, I'm right. Stood on Needler, I am. Oh. I mean, no one's going to understand that reference, but hey. We gotta move. We gotta move.
Arbiter, clear the hangar and open its door so I may drop the second latch.
So we got sentinel beams. Open this hangar door. And again, this room looked totally different. I mean, most of the game looks totally different. There's some stuff in later levels that isn't a massive change, other than the lighting, but I think these two levels where you're the Arbiter, you can really tell the big changes they made. Like, look, just look, look! I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. So the Sentinels are on the other dude's side right now. The enemies. Can someone answer to me why the carbine is so good? It's like the best weapon ever. Oh, hello guys. Hey. Hey dudes. Are we done? Where are the... I don't see any red dots on my radar, which is... Oh, no, someone's definitely still about. I guess it was a sentinel. Are we done? Checkpoint. What is happening? Jesus! The grunt just killed himself with a fuel rod gun. Yep, that's his dead body right there. Killed himself. You killed yourself with a fuel rod gun. Good job. Whew! That was a quick death. First death of the night. 12 minutes in. Okay. I gotta throw the grenade earlier, and I don't have more carbine ammo, which upsets me greatly. And I'm being shot from every which direction. Right. Time to get into cover. How? Go away, no! Stuck him and he just ran at me. I mean, I suppose if someone threw an explosive on you, you would run towards them as well. Or maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you'd just be like, yeah, nope. Come out. Wow. I did amazingly well there. Yep. Yep, the deaths are real. The deaths are real. No. No. Oh, we got carbine ammo. We got carbine ammo. Okay. Oh, that was one of our own dudes I just shot. Oh! Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the longest we've survived so far. It's going well. Being weird is a compliment. I would hate to be normal. That's in both respect as a human being and respect as a streamer. Like, I would hate to be like one of those people who just plays PUBG or something. Or back in the day, it was just Daisy that everyone streamed. And, you know, before that, it was, COD. Do you remember the COD streamers? Fun times. They say remember them, they still exist. Oh god! Energy sword! We got him. We got him! Okay. What difficulties? This is heroic. Which is why there's going to be some insanely difficult moments in this game. Well, not insanely difficult, they're just going to be stubborn moments. I would call them stubborn moments. Oh god, he's got a carbine. Where the hell did he go? How it bounced? The plasma grenade bounced off him. Great. Well. Let's progress. These hallways I always really liked in the remake too. This is them in the original. They just do a really good job, I think. I must be insane to beat the game on this difficulty. Well, you know, insanity is in the eye of the beholder. No, I've beat this game on Legendary before, but it would suck to stream this game on Legendary for me anyway, because Jackal snipers, and that is the only reason. Jackal snipers. Beautiful. Now, co-op takes everything out of it. There's not two arbiters and two master chiefs. You break the story. Like no more carbine ammo. Needler time. The needlers are coming out. He got stuck in a wall. You always save the needler to last. The backup. Needlers are always the backup. I would be terrible backup. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank God for checkpoints. I'm gonna go for that guy. Where is he? Where did he go? How was he on the stairs? He's gonna be behind me. Oh no, he came from the other side. It was a terrible throw, Grunt. we get the guy over here? We did. See? Needlers are OP. Can't look onto the other guy. I'm gonna go back to Carbine. Is he just never gonna poke his head out? He is a turtle elite. He's waiting for me. It's just a grunt. I was like, what the hell? It's one of the good guys. Oh, there he is. Oh, he has a sentinel beam.
Cover.
See if we can knock this box out of the way. Good, good, perfect throw. 10 out of 10, would throw again. It's the best throw of all time. There is multiple elites. Okay. I think there's still the guy up top. At least that elite knew how to throw grenades, unlike me. Oh. Yep, we ran out of carbine. Uh-oh! They all have needlers! No, they're all coming! No! We lived. Barely. Grunts can throw better than me. Confirmed. I need to plug my headphones in. I need to plug them in. I also need to drop the needler that I have. And probably pick up a plasma pistol. Oh, plugging in headphones while they're on your head is not easy. There we go. The joys of charging wireless headphones. Right. Let's change the needler for a plasma pistol and hope to find some more carbine ammo. Although we could also go sentinel beam for the briefest amount of time right now. It takes so long to die.
Dangerous knife.
Look at the grunts are like tearing through people. Okay. Well, picking up the plasma, the sentinel beam was like the worst thing. The plasma pistol, pretty good. Thank God for carbines. There's one up ahead too. How did that thrower not get him? What? How am I that bad at throwing grenades? Wait, where did you guys come from? Were they hiding? Wait. Okay, I'm alive. I feel like that. Like, if this was a horror game, did you use plasma grenades as, like, the jump scares? They just fly at your face? They're like face huggers. Right. Oh my god. Whew. This level is non-stop. Okay. Any elites hanging about? Yeah, there's one right here. Not wasting any ammo. The sword just appeared in front of me, which is really comforting. I think there's anyone else in here, though. We good. We should probably change plasma pistol, too. Okay. That was a lot of needles. Jesus. Okay. Why isn't he there? There he is.
Here is another.
Oh, okay. The NPCs scare me more than anything. Just like the elites appearing next to me, like, here's another. I'm like, yeah.
Challenge me.
No, it's not too challenging. I understand. Right. I don't see any elites up there. Here he is. Here he is. He got stuck. The best actually successful grenade throw I think I've done this entire playthrough. Okay. We got 2 good grenade throws. Maybe this room is my good luck room. See? 3 good grenade throws. Who would have thunk? Okay. Some carbine ammo. Yeah, it was that last room that gave me confidence. No! It was that last room. Help me, NPCs! I only did well because I got a couple of good grenade throws in one room. I think his shields were already down when I charged up that plasma pistol, but you never know. Also, that plasma pistol hit the wall. Okay, we got him. We got him. And there's the heretic leader.
Brothers. I will defend the Oracle.
Its truth must not be silenced.
Okay. Okay, yeah, of course, they're shooting me already. Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say okay, but no, let's just avoid doing that again. He just completely ignored that I fired the first time, I think. Threw the grenade the first time. And that grunt who threw that grenade had a worse aim than me, but a better shot. There, he threw again. I was gonna say that had to have killed the elite. Thank God. Right, we're good. We good. Trigger this, and then I'm going to go hide.
Deal with him, my brothers. I will defend the Oracle.
Its truth must not be silenced.
Did they just spawn from the other? They spawned from the other way. This game is tricking me. I need to like not die. That'd be good. Where is he? There he is. Got him. Oh, there's another one. Of course there is. Eat the food, don't die. Well, you say eat the food, don't die. All I can think of is
Heretics are mobilizing their air forces on it.
Breath of the Wild.
Get after their leader, but watch your
Because
back.
like hearts aren't a thing in that game anymore. Like hearts you pick up really. Remember, like it's weird, right? Thinking about it. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Would the Phantom stop shooting me, please? Whew. Oh yeah, the music's totally different here too. I think this is some custom stuff they had made for this game. I can't remember if it's Hoobastank or Breaking Benjamin who was the original music in this bit. But it was totally different music. But I guess, you know, copyright reasons, let's not put back to the original and compare. The Grunt birthday party isn't active in this bit, right? I think it's a later bit. We can go see. Yeah, no Grunt birthday party down here. I think it's in the next level actually. When you come back through the station, I think it's down there in that part. Well, it kind of sounds like the original, just not as good. They tried to like mimic the original music, which was very like early 2000s rock, but you know, doing that in 2014, it just made it sound generic. That's what this turned out as. Oh god, he's shooting like he was tracking his shots. He was shooting ahead of me. Grunt was smart. Oh my god. Yep. Well, let's not die this time. Fat chance that's gonna happen. See if we can get the Grunt dealt with quickly so then the Banshees go fairly soon after. Right, that's the Grunt dealt with. Oh no, there's more! There's more! Holy shit. Alright, well here come the Banshees.
This way, Arbiter. I see another heretic position.
Whew! Who's shooting me? Who? From where? Oh, there's multiple. They should spawn more Banshees for me because... Didn't they used to spawn more Banshees up here in the original? Maybe it's on the other platforms. I vaguely remember other Banshees spawning in this area. Oh yeah, there's two right there. Oh, yeah. I boosted into the fuel rod cannon bullets. Was good. And away we go again! You know, after playing so many older games, like things on like the N64 and even PS1 and PS2 and things, these checkpoints feel really forgiving. Also, so does taking a fuel rod to the face. How many? Oh my god, there's too many grunts. There's 4. I thought there was 3. I can't remember what game it was I was playing, but I remember I lost like what felt like 45 minutes of progress. There we go. All the grunts dealt with. Again. It's alright, Phantom, I got you. I got you. Is there a Banshee flying like between these? Yeah, here it is. I'm not going to waste the fuel rod. Not like you have infinite ammo or anything. Okay, we good.
No sign of the heretic leader or his band. We must keep searching.
Well, we see more banshees. I like how Bungie kind of tried to one-up their flying levels in every Halo game. I think Reach did something really interesting with the whole going in space thing. But really, you'd only fly in, what, 2 betrayals is the main one? And then I guess at the end of Keys you fly in Halo 1. But then you have kind of a flying level in every Halo game after 2. That's like a full-on thing. Because there's a section in kind of towards the end of Halo 3 where you're all flying Hornets. But that isn't like all the level though. It's kind of a short part. No more grunts? Is that it? We done grunts? No, he's definitely still on here. Whoa! Jesus. I was a bit too close. We done here?
Do you see, Arbiter? More heretics have gathered there.
Why are you flying weird? Why are you flying into a build? Why are you flying into a building? We done here? Let's go.
Track the heretic leader to this part of the station. Clear that landing zone and get inside.
Got him. Got him. Now this guy. Done. Is that elite still alive? Yeah. He's invincible. Both of these elites are invincible. Oh, they're dead now. Second level of the night. Even the loading screens, I like what they did. They're all like alternate views of some of the CG areas, aren't they? It's pretty cool. I'm gonna die so much on this level. I already know.
What is it? That stench. I've smelled it before.
And of course, the Halo game is not complete without the introduction of the Flood. And that's why I'm going to die a lot in this game. Because the Flood in Halo 2 kick your ass. Just a little bit too much to just kick your ass. do with human weapons, but there's like obviously none here. Like a shotgun would be real good.
Feeling about this. You always have bad feelings. You had bad feeling about morning food nipple.
Close your jaws or I shall bite them shut.
Heretic!
Hold your fire. Hold your fire.
I wondered if the prophets would send to silence me.
Yeah, an Arbiter and me. Hello. That's me.
He's using a hollow drone. He must be close. Come out so we may kill you.
Get in line.
Is there like any difference between this version and... Oh yeah.
Leader!
Stand firm. The flood is upon us.
The flood is upon us. Stay down. You flood. Oh god. Oh, they're so creepy in this game as well. Look at him. Oh. Need like either an automatic weapon to deal with those things. Well, that's the best. I don't think there's any plasma pistol. Oh, I could go carbine. Oh, sentinel beam and carbine. Because I don't really need a plasma pistol right now. Plasma rifle works pretty well, but assault rifle's the best. Which isn't in this game.
Heretic fools! What have they done?
Go, Arbiter. I'll follow when our
Yeah,
reinforcements
I'm gone.
arrive.
I'm going. Dunsies. I'm out. Oh, look, we got another elite friend. Oh, well, he died. Oh, I totally forgot the sentinels are angry at us. This is literally the elevator ride from hell that we're about to go on. Yep. The slow descent into hell. Dante's Inferno. Now that's a game I wanted to stream, but then literally nudity is all over it. Literally nudity. But I think... I mean, I've played it a couple of times, but I don't think it's on the Twitch banned list. Like, Second Life. I always find it funny that Second Life is on the Twitch banned list. I feel like VR chat will probably be on the Twitch banned list soon enough. Because it's not too different from Second Life, and like, people are doing some crazy stuff with their models you can import in that game. And character models and such. There's so much more bass in the music of the remastered version too. Halo 2 Anniversary. Are we gonna descend anytime soon? Oh, there we go. Thanks. Thanks, game.
Enemy of our Lord! A righteous anger!
Oh.
Look at it. Come out! Look at it! A job well done.
Do you wanna go a little bit quicker with your sorting and item collection and processing of weird foreign organic materials over there? Oh, good. I'm pretty sure I thought a plasma grenade just landed on my face. Everything went blue for a second. We need a new sentinel beam. It still has 12 left in it. Good. Good. I find the animations and like what's happening over here fascinating. But it takes so long. It's the most impractical elevator ever. Actually, I'm assuming all these canisters are to do with gas mines, or the gas that's been mined, or maybe not. So obviously this is one of the many gas mines that the Foreigners put in orbit at Threshold. What the hell was the flood that shot needles at me? Trying to fire and correct for the movement of this elevator. Not easy. Or should I call it a lift? Oh yes, we're trying to predict the movements of this lift. Did that other one just fall to its death? Didn't make it on, did it? Lift is too British though. Sounds like you're gonna carry someone over your head, like in Dirty Dancing. You're gonna lift someone up over your head. I always used to even call the elevator in like the apartment building I lived in an elevator. I never used to call it the lift. And like if I would talk to people, I'd be like, "Oh, is the elevator broken today?" Probably like, why is this British dude calling everything by its American name? Hey, I'm weird. I live with it. What else can I say? Okay, things are just exploding now. Sentinels are back. I didn't actually mean to throw a grenade then. Oh no. This is where the ride gets crazy, but hey, we're done. Let's get off the ride. Let's get off the ride. Again, the mood here in both, I think, the original and the remake is fantastic. We are fighting Flood, so we may as well keep a Sentinel beam with us. Oh no, it's the explodey ones, the carrier forms. They're so gross. They did something with the Flood in this game that just makes them look so wet. You might say they look moist. And it's just creepy looking. It's creepy looking. I wonder when 343 will try to introduce the Flood in like Halo 6 or something. Oh god, hello. Thought you were a normal elite.
Commendable, Arbiter.
I'm not going down there. I'm gonna go fight them from up here. They can't hurt me from up here. And then I die, obviously. You can't say something like, they can't hurt me from up here and not be instantly killed. That's like saying, I have the high ground. Well, actually, he didn't die. And I technically have the high ground. I'm going to cut one of these Flood's arm and leg off. And then he'll come to rule the galaxy with an iron fist. I mean, that dude doesn't have like any arms. Oh no, he has one arm. Okay. Alright. Good. Uh-oh. That's look how they look so wet and creepy looking. Whatever they did to them in this game is so creepy. We done yet? What's pushing on me? Oh, he got back up. We done yet, game? Is it just infection forms just everywhere? And they're just constantly waking the flood back up. Reanimating them. Well, they have to run out at some point. Oh, you got back up again. Are we done? I don't really want to go down there. That's it? Alright, I guess I'm going down. And that was a checkpoint. Of course it was. Please, please no. Please no! Carbines kill so quick. It's crazy! Right, we just need to get into cover. What even hit me? Oh, the arrow up there. Okay. Second throw was bad, first throw was good. This is another one of the terminals. I'm watching animation. If you feel like it. Which I don't. Also don't have Halo channel installed. Oh god. No, no, stay down. I still think the Flood are one of my favorite enemies in video games ever. Especially if you know like the history behind them. They're a extragalactic parasitical, like parasitic life form. Parasitical is one of those words I always want to say whenever I talk about parasites. No, yeah, they're a parasite that came from outside of this galaxy, and it's rumored that they were either made by or they are the remains of the race that basically were the dominant race in this galaxy before the Forerunners and the humans rose up, called the Precursors. So there's a pretty good story about reading about when the Flood first came to the galaxy and stuff. It's just creepy, like, they've always been creepy. Like, they started like infecting, like, humans, dogs, and things like that, and then just slowly... This was, like, thousands of years ago in the past when the Halo universe got slightly retconned to have, the humans be a prominent role in the past, and then got kind of... You know, all of them were killed when the Halos were activated thousands of years ago. And then we rose back up. But hey, that's just touching on the talking points of that book. Oh, that series, because I guess that's touched on in 3 different books. Oh, we got more heretics. Oh god, Flood are here too. Are we done? Are we finally done? Whew. It reminds me of the fight in Halo 1 when you first meet the Flood, when you're playing as the Master Chief.
Leader, the storm is about to hit. We cannot maintain our position. Bring the Phantoms close to the mine. We are not
I'm just gonna leave them to do their own thing. Start lining against these guys. Or just let the Phantom do all the work.
Arbiter, the flood have spread throughout the station. We don't have enough troops to manage such a large station. Find the leader of these heretics. Kill him now!
I like that these two missions are really just an old school assassination movie. Like, we're here to just, like, assassinate a target and get out. It's like Hitman or something. Or Jason Bourne, or, you know, any of those assassination games or movies. Didn't see you. Did not see you. Alright, these guys are gonna fight. Good.
You should respect your better.
Hey, who
Everyone is just throwing grenades right now. Oh, it's like literally grenades flying everywhere. Thanks, Grunt. Is that it? We good? Okay, let's go. Let's go. There he is. There's the heretic. You can't kill him here. As much as you may try. He just blocks the exit. We can't progress any further. And Flood kills you. That is the canonical thing that actually happens. No. But yeah, you can't do anything, so you may as well just stand back and shoot the Flood and then the Sentinels, probably in that order. All I've done all today is play Gundam Breaker 3. I'll talk about it in a second.
Arbiter, where is he?
Stinking floodbait boxed himself in tight. We'll never break through this.
Then we shall force him out. How? The cable. I'm going to cut it. Get everyone back to the ships.
Damn right.
Return to the landing.
So yeah, Gundam Breaker 3. I've played it loads of times before, and I've got this crazy idea where I'm like, as I progress through the story, I'm building Gundams that represent the different pieces of the chessboard, and then after King, I'm going to build this really cool white and gold one. I've got an idea of what it would look like in my head, and call it Excalibur, and it's just then like my overpowered final Gundam. And I'm going to try the big Gundam multiplayer game too. I know, shocking, I'm going to try a multiplayer game. But I mean, last night we were talking about Monster Hunter, and a lot of people look at Monster Hunter as, like, multiplayer in some respects because of how heavy the co-op stuff is. Because to get the really good stuff, like the really good weapons and armor in Monster Hunter, you need a team. Or you need to be running multiplayer teams quite regularly to be killing the same monsters over and over and over again. You want to get better at it as a team to speed that process up. I remember in, I think it was Monster Hunter 4 on 3DS, like just trying to grind the same monsters over and over again by myself, because you know what I'm like with multiplayer. Wow, they changed this a good chunk, and in the end, I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna move on. I'm not gonna try to fight the same monster over and over and over again. Which meant I missed out on a lot of the really cool, like, a lot of games have this like fashion aspect to them. Like in Dark Souls, there's like fashion souls, and in Destiny, there's like fashion. Destiny, Warframe's got it. I just gonna die. Yep. All of these big games, like where you can get a lot of different loot and craft a lot of different items. There's like this meta part, like this meta smaller part of the community where they're all about like the fashion like how the characters look, and that's like a big thing in Monster Hunter. Like people have been like, oh look at the new armor, I crafted this, crafted that, and like you can craft some really cool looking stuff, but I never did. I bought a lot of my stuff. I crafted a few things, but bought as in like you make it. You can like make some things, sell them, and then get the money from that. But I think they've streamlined a lot of stuff in Monster Hunter World. It's going to be a way more streamlined one. This will be good fun. As long as there's still the depth there for people who have played the franchise many, many, many times. Can I cut the beams with a... No, I... Huh. You kinda can. Not really, but you kinda can. Anyway, we need to pick up a sword to do this properly. I hear him. And this is one of my favorite set pieces in Halo, because you cut one of the cables, the entire level shifts on an axis. Now you see it's all slightly going that direction. Oh my god, that thing just hit those sentinels. And now we've just put this cable, so now everything is falling that way. And if you keep an eye on maybe some of the bodies or some of the pieces of metal around, you'll see what happens when I do this. And we start going into a free fall. It's kind of crazy what they do here. But I love it. It's so cool. What an amazing moment. We're now just crashing towards the core of this gas giant. Insane. Absolutely.
The heretic leader is on the move. Do not let him escape. We'll stay with you as long as we can.
I remember this being an absolute pain on Legendary. There's so many enemies that spawn here. I should have picked up a sentinel beam up there. Because right now, all I have is the carbine. Ah, sentinel beam, good. I never would have thought I'd be changing a sword for a sentinel beam, but when you're fighting the Flood, it's almost necessary. Is that one of our guys? No. What is happening? Get the elevator. Don't you resurrect him.
Are you still alive?
I saw you going in there.
We're keeping pace as best we can.
Okay, let's go. Oh my god, the sounds are so different in old graphics. And look at this level right now. I mean, this is amazing for 2004. But then if I do this, it's just crazy how far graphics have come in the last 12 years. No, that would be 2016. Well, this came out in 2014, didn't it? So the last 10 years when they did this. Oh, I should not have gone to fight the dude with the sword in close combat. That's what they call a mistake. And here we go. Almost to the end of the level. Banshees don't fire that fast. But, that said, I think Maybe this is. I think. Yeah, I think this is it.
Wait, the hang. There was a Sarah fighter.
I think this is the part with the grunt birthday party. No, is it not? I was almost positive this is the section with the grunt birthday party. Maybe it's only on Legendary, actually. Now that I come to think of it, maybe it's only on Legendary. Or maybe it really was on the other part. Who knows? But there's a grunt birthday party happening in one of these lowered areas. Where am I being pointed to? I mean, my Banshee was absolutely fine, but yeah, sure, we crashed it. Sure. Here we go, last part of the level. Stay down. Need the combat. The combine? This isn't Half-Life 2. Need the carbine ammo. Alright, back through the corridors we came through. Originally. In the previous level. So many infection forms. This is one of the few times where I think it's not overly noticeable that you're going back through the same level. And it almost feels like a classic escape sequence, like from Metroid or something, when there's a timer going on and you're like, oh god, we've got to run away! You know, it's like one of those classic gaming moments. And I really feel like there's a good sense of urgency with the red lighting and the explosions going on everywhere. It's crazy. And then we are greeted by another cutscene through one more corridor. I thought it was that door. Nope, someone just blew up an explosive. It's the next door. After the next corridor. Oh good, we have to redo all of this. Slightly annoying checkpoints there. But I didn't know that thing was going to explode. It's my defense about everything. Steal cake off someone's plate and they're like, do you eat some of my cake? I'm like, no, it's explosions, you know? Pretty sure that's what Michael Bay does. That's his excuse for everything. Oh, the story doesn't make sense? Explosions. You want me to write a different script? No, explosions. Run past everything. Try not to die. Carbine ammo. Right. Up here is another room. You take some cake right now, like specifically right now. You just like, you're in a restaurant. Do you go to restaurants by yourself, or is that just a thing I do? Who knows? You're in a restaurant. The person sat next to you has cake on their plate, but they have to go to the bathroom. They're also dining alone. Do you take some of the cake from the person sitting next to you, like at another table? This goddamn elite. Get off me. I'm gonna die here. What if like You can't order... What if there was the last piece of cake and they got it before you? And you're angry about that. I'm dead. I'm dead again. I have to do all of that for a third time. Oh no, they put me here. Which is about 4 seconds further than last time. It's good. What if it was a very specific cake that was like your favorite cake? I mean, I wouldn't do it either. I'd feel like if I was in a restaurant and I'm gonna steal like some person's I don't know cake, the reason I wouldn't do it is purely for the idea of being caught would freak me out too much, I think. Like, can you imagine you're doing it, you're putting the fork into the cake and you're about to eat like a part of the cake and the person returns. Can you imagine how embarrassing that would be? Like someone, like they return from the bathroom, this random person who you're stealing cake of. But it always just reminds me of Friends, like when Joey's dating people and they try to take food off his plate. He's like, Joey doesn't share food. That's a terrible Joey impression, but hey, it's just the line that matters. It wasn't actually an impression, it was just me doing a weird voice. And yeah, they the game has been nice with checkpoints for me. It's like a whole thing, but then at the end of the episode, spoilers for Friends, I guess, he steals food off this date he's on food because he's like, oh, and it was cake. Like he got like this she got this amazing cake and he got something that he didn't actually really want. I think he gets like some puree thing and he's like, no, I want the cake. And she leaves and he takes it. That's where that question kind of all came from, was Friends. And yes, everything in my life revolves around Friends. I'm an uncool version of Ross. What are you telling me Ross isn't cool? Ross is so cool. Ross is the coolest. Yeah, I have Friends on Blu-ray. I have it on like PC for streaming. I've got it like a million things, but it's cool that it's on Netflix. I'm glad that more people will get to see it if they haven't, especially all the way through, because I feel like a lot of people have only ever seen it like piecemeal. Like they've seen like a few episodes here and there, such as the episode when Joey tries to learn French, or the one where Ross gets tanned too many times. I feel like they're two popular episodes that people have seen a lot. So it's nice that maybe more people will see it the way I believe it was intended to be seen. How many times have I ran up this hallway now? It feels like a lot. It's probably a lot. I can't just run through here because of those damn things. Die. I am gonna die here. I don't know if we got a checkpoint in that, but I'm gonna keep running and keep hoping. This is the furthest we've got. This is the door I was talking about. There we go, cutscene.
Turn, heretic. Arbiter. I would rather die by your hand than let the prophets lead me to slaughter. Who has taught you these lies? The Oracle.
Hello, I am 343 Guilty Spark. I am the monitor of Installation 04.
Ask the Oracle about Halo.
The way the eye moves in the CG on 343 is incredible. I love it. There's so much depth to it.
I would be happy to assist you.
The elites are blind, Arbiter. But I will make them see.
Boss fight. But even though they're holograms, they can still do a butt ton of damage to you. Don't understand that one. Never will. Never have. I'm gonna die a lot. I'm gonna die a lot here. Like, if we ever finish this, it's gonna be a miracle. I have to just find a good hiding spot. God, there's so many. Well, there's 3, but... Like, you die so quick because there's 3 of them and they're all perfect. I have to just hide. This is the only place I think I can hide. And even then, it's not great. Nope. Close, but no. I thought there was more of a lip on the inside of these. There's not. Couple grenades. Couple more grenades. I might hide over here. Just need the heal to come back. Well, that did a good chunk of damage. That looked like the real guy. Okay. Where are they at? Where are they? I don't even know where they are. Where the hell did they go? There's 343 whizzing about. What is going on? Hello, enemy. What is happening? Oh no, I see him. They're coming to shoot me. We got him. We got him. Whew. And that is the Arbiter, and the Oracle, both finished.
This heretic imperiled the great journey.
Oracle, great journey. Why do you meddlers insist on using such inaccurate versions?
That is the Oracle.
So it is. Come, we are leaving this system.
And there we go. That's where I'm going to end it today. I'm going to try to do more next time. Today's just been a weird day. It's been a weird day. And I think the stream has reflected that. But there's still, you know, probably another 10-15 minutes left of the stream because I'm going to go over a couple of multiplayer maps, which will be good fun. But yeah, my goal today was just to do those 2 missions, and I know they're pretty tricky. We've got a vehicle mission coming up, followed by some pretty heavy story stuff. So I thought rather than focusing on the next part of the story, let's just do these, and then next time we'll try to cram in 4 levels, 4 missions. Spoilers, save and quit. Spoilers for an old game. Old game is old. So I think if I go on to Halo 2 multiplayer, like the anniversary maps, I think the next one we're going to look at tonight is Bloodline. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. No, it's okay. Stone Town and Bloodline. So let's have a look at the original. Why they called it Stone Town? I don't know. But Stone Town was originally called Zanzibar, and is probably one of the most well-known Halo 2 maps. It was first shown, I think, a year or 2 before release at E3, and it's the first time they showed playable elites. They showed One Flag CTF, and they showed boarding on Ghost and things. And really, a lot of people were just blown away graphically by the game at this point, because it was 2003, I think, E3 2003.
Slayer.
And we were getting games that looked like this. It was insane. And yeah, this is a super well-known level. Very, very cool. And it was the first Halo level ever to have an interactable object, let's say, something that you could alter or change. Other than these lights. I'm talking about these lights, obviously. Because you can hit on the lights. You know, you got that in 2004. Can you believe it? Is this? And that used to let enemies in, and the flag would be down there. And it was amazing. We had glass that could break. Man, 2004 was revolutionary. But this was usually where the defenders would start. So the defenders... Oh my sweet god, I just ghost launched. And the attackers would spawn all the way back here on the beach. I've probably played 200-300 matches of this game just on this level, if not more. But this area is one of the first places we ever saw in Halo 2. Specifically multiplayer. I think we maybe have seen the Bet You Can't Stick It trailer before this one. But yeah, it's a pretty cool level. I really like it. It came back so many times over the years. Was it in Reach? I'm trying to remember when it came back. No, okay. Okay, I can show you when it came back next. I remember now. I kind of like with these maps that have multiple releases, I feel like I should show you the other versions of it too, because it's actually pretty interesting to see how graphics progress. So we had this version, obviously the Halo 2 version, but then there was another version called Last Resort that came out. I think it came out in Halo 3 just the normal? Yeah, Last Resort. I don't know if it was DLC. I vaguely remember it not being DLC. But this was Halo 3's Zanzibar. And I think, from a graphics standpoint, you get a huge leap here from what I just showed you on Halo 2. And I like how they show you these maps when you're ever loading into a multiplayer map on the Master Chief Collection. Because you can see, it looks very similar. Like, if you compare that to the Halo 2 one we just loaded into, oh my god, this... Okay, now I'm getting nostalgia. I used to remember making so many machinimas on this level. But it's very similar. Oh my god, okay. Hold X, we're on different controls. But even like down here on the beach, you can see just how different this was of a leap from Halo 2 to Halo 3. And you've still, of course, got the gate over here. But now there is another entrance and exit, which I suppose stops camping in certain areas. I love Halo 3. Playing this now, I'm like, yeah, I love Halo 3. Of course, you got the lights that move still. They come back. Because, of course, they would. But the inside of the base is much bigger, much less cramped than the one we just saw in Halo 2. You got this big generator whirring away back there. And, of course, you've got that. And what's cool about these is these were barriers that were, like, just a little bit high. You could jump over them, but you couldn't get a vehicle in there. So you could still shoot people in the base, but you couldn't, you know, do anything too fancy in terms of getting into the base. And another thing the original had was these little things here, where you could, I think you have to hit them in this version, but I'm pretty sure you could shoot them. There we go. No. 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 Okay. I'm gonna blow it up. That didn't work? Well, believe me when I say these things come down. I just don't want to right now. There we go. So yeah, this is these were in the original Zanzibar too. Little flappies. But this, just as a leap from Halo 2 to Halo 3, is pretty big. So then, for Halo 2 Anniversary coming out, this came out, obviously this game, Halo 2 Anniversary, came out between Halo 4 and Halo 5. So we're talking, you know, this with the Halo 2 Anniversary was the first Halo game on Xbox One, I'm pretty sure. Built for that system anyway as an upgrade to a previous one. And obviously following in the footsteps of Halo 1 Anniversary. So, let me show you what they did with it in Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer for this game. They named it Stone Town. Don't know why. And I'll show you this version of it. Dozens of wind power stations occupy the EAP's coastal territories. I always like the flavor text. And again, if you look at the map, very similar again, like in terms of layout. So one thing I like about these remakes is they stuck true to a lot of the original's layout, at least. They may have changed like the aesthetic from Covenant to UNSC or Forerunner to UNSC. They do a lot of that, but they kind of did something interesting with this one where they kind of winded time on a little bit, as in this was a long forgotten place that had been weathered by time, which is quite nice because obviously we hadn't had a Zanzibar for quite a while, which I think, you know, it kind of reflects that in this map. But of course the windmill is still turning.
Slayer, kill the enemy to score.
And here we are. A very different color palette from both of the previous ones we've seen. There's graffiti going on. We've got the gate being full again. There's no second doorway here like in Last Resort. This is very much a Zanzibar original. We got these things. Let's see if we can break one of these down. There we go. A little bit heavier looking. Don't flap as much. A little bit moodier lighting inside. But most of this feels... There's no cool lights on the ceiling. They ditched those. A lot of this feels like... almost like an exact replica of Zanzibar. And the inside of the base is back to this cramped style again. As you can see, it's not the one much further. But you can see glimpses of stuff back there. It's almost like they took ideas from Last Resort and threw them in here. And yeah, there's no button up here. But you do have this. That triggers the gate to go down. And you've got the central pillars again, but there's some new scaffolding added in here, which you can leap up onto to quickly climb up to the second level, which is pretty cool. This area's expanded a little bit. They do a lot of just general making things a little bit bigger for the play space. Let's jump into a Warthog. Halo 2 Anniversary Warthog driving. Well, multiplayer. And through here, and you can see, again, they do a really nice job of advancing how the original looked. I think this is much more faithful color-wise, actually, this area, to the original. I like what they did with this kind of watchtower turret. With the spiral staircase, it looks really cool. Just really nice. You got a city going on in the background, which is a really nice addition too. So that is the history of Zanzibar into Last Resort into Stone Town. Now, let's go one step further and talk about probably one of the most iconic, most popular Halo maps, and that is Blood Gulch. So, Blood Gulch turned into Coagulation, which turned into Valhalla. Well, theoretically it turned into Valhalla. Valhalla is very much a Blood Gulch successor. It doesn't really look a lot like it, but, you know, it's got the two base set up in a grassy canyon. So, what then would it happen if you went back and tried to recreate Blood Gulch if you ignore the fact that Valhalla even exists, I guess? Because that's the history is Blood Gulch, Coagulation, Valhalla, and then there was some remakes and advances of that. But let's jump into Blood Gulch. I feel like nobody needs an introduction to this level. It's by far, I think, the most iconic multiplayer level from Halo. One that never really stopped being iconic. But here we are, Halo 1. This is Blood Gulch. If you're not familiar with it, this is Blood Gulch. This is actually the PC version. of Blood Gulch. They ported the PC versions of Halo 1 and Halo 2 for these remakes. And they have Banshees on the roof in, you know, this version. Which is interesting because Coagulation in Halo 2 gets Banshees added too. But we'll talk more about that when we get there. Now, I'm going to jump over... The controls are all really weird. Yeah, I mean, this is very iconic because of red versus blue. You're not wrong. See, this is the cave system. And this is another layover from Halo PC. It's flamethrowers. These were added in Halo PC, along with fuel rod guns being in multiplayer. And yet, you have a flamethrower. The game plays pretty much identically to how it did on the original Xbox, but some new weapons. You got rocket warthogs that got in. That's a rocket warthog right there. The sniper kind of lip over there. I always think of that because of Church. Got the classic pistol and blue base. But one thing I want to note about the bases is it is a two-story base, as in you've got the inside and you've got the top. There's no basement, there's no additional fancy features, there's just this level with the teleporter which takes you over there, and you've got the inside of the base here, which is pretty simple. Nothing super fancy, right? Nothing super fancy. Let me go show you now what they did in the original Halo 2 in 2004 to upgrade Blood Gulch for kind of a more, I suppose, Xbox Live focused big team battle. I suppose that was their mindset behind it. Now, I'm a big fan of Coagulation. I think it's pretty much the iconic version of it. And I think there's another remake. And I can't remember what game did it. But hey, let's go into now Halo 2 Original and have a look at Coagulation. There are some people I know who didn't even know Coagulation was like a remake of Blood Gulch. They're like, no, they're not even connected, not even the same. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's a direct recreate. It's a direct... And I'm not friends with those people anymore. But one thing I think they did really well with Coagulation is the way they expanded the bases.
Slayer.
Well, I guess we'll get there, because we're right in the middle. This is where we ended up last time. So when we were just playing Blood Gulch, we went through a teleporter. That teleporter takes you... I want to say it's like over here, but they don't have teleport bases anymore, I don't think. But I think it's a huge visual leap if you compare this to what we just played in... Oh, there's a teleport base there. Where is the teleport base over here? Oh, it's there. That's what we teleported to. Of course, it's the ones without the spinny bit at the top. I remember. So, yeah, just comparing this to Halo 1 that we just checked out Blood Gulch on, there's such a huge leap in fidelity for being on the same system. And this cave is similar again. We've got a skylight, and we've got a cave looking through. And now this area, got a little bit of water going on in it. No flamethrower in this version, though. Go over this way. Let's see. It's the sniper ridge over there again. What was that? A BR? Yes, please. The lighting is a little different in this version too. I would say it's a little bit more advanced. So this is what the bases from the side look like now. There is a basement, a middle floor, and a top floor. So there are now 3 levels to this. And I think this is incredible what they do here. So you got the teleporters still going, you got snipers still up here, this pad, but no banshees up here. You jump down here, you got the middle level as it was, flag still spawns here, still got your entrance, front and back. But what they do is they drop down the back of the bases, down these ramps, to reveal kind of like a little under garage area, or garage, as well as a grav lift to take you back up to the middle. And you get a Banshee on Blood Gulch that isn't just sat on top of the base. And something about what they did here I really liked. I've played many, many hours on this map. Especially as the flag runner, as that was my thing. This is red base where we started. This is where we started in Halo 1. We started literally right here. We spawned in. So let's go see what they did with Halo 2 Anniversary. So what did they do to Blood Gulch in the Anniversary version? You could think of a lot of things they could do with it, right? Lots of different ways they could up-res the original Blood Gulch. Oh, but this is Halo 2, so it needs to be an up-res of coagulation. This doesn't need to be an up-res of Blood Gulch, because we've already seen the original Blood Gulch. So let's up-res coagulation. So here is Bloodline. You got two versions of this, which I don't think I'll end up talking about the two versions on any of these, but these have got some quite interesting differences between them. But let's just stick with, you know, normal or Bloodline. So Blood Gulch into coagulation into Bloodline. You can already see by the background image on the loading screen, things are different. And if you look on the map here, the overview, you've got two bridges that have been added in near each base. You've got a third base, which is almost a direct recreation of half of one of the original Blood Gulch bases, right in the middle. And then you've got some other things scattered around. But if you see that half circular shape in the middle, that is pretty much an exact replica of the original Blood Gulch base, kind of sunken into the floor. But this is, of course, a recreation of coagulation. You can see it's got the two ramps going off the back of the bases, just like coagulation had. But there are some interesting differences. Oh, we actually spawned in.
Slayer. Kill the enemy to score.
So welcome to Bloodline. Yep. This is Bloodline. This is blue base. It looks like red base from where I'm stood for some reason with the lighting and everything, because if you remember, red base kind of had like half in shadow at one side, mostly in light on the other. Nope, this is blue base. But anyway, they did a bunch of interesting things. I mean, it looks good. Like, look, the map looks really cool. They added these weird things that I always did, like EMPs or something, I think. Yeah. There we go. Boom. It's all vehicles and they're scrambled and don't work. And of course, let me jump inside. You've got the insides. And drop down into the... Oh. There's no drop down into the underneath? Yeah, for some reason in coagulation, they blocked up the bottom of the base again. Like in Blood Gulch. Well, Blood Gulch, this would have just been ground here. Why remake coagulation but hide the bottom of the base? Why put the flying vehicles out here and not in the base? Why did they choose to do this? Anyway, I don't know how to... They added these bridges in. I don't know how to go up in this damn thing. There we go. They added these little bridges over the land. And you can see that this looks a lot like a Blood Gulch kind of base. Like, if you can imagine it being like, these are the entrances, these are like the sides. It's very similar to a Blood Gulch like base design. They added that in the middle. Don't know why. And then, of course, red base. But now, because of the lighting and everything, it feels kind of the opposite. And this is Sniper Cliff now, which is much more enclosed. But visually, I really like it. And I also really like the skybox. I think it looks incredible. Like, look at that. Really, really nice. Of course, the caves are always an iconic thing with Blood Gulch. And I think what they did in here is just leaps and bounds ahead. They got rid of the skylight. You know, it feels a lot more like Blood Gulch than it does coagulation to me, this level. There's a carbine right here. Just been using that a lot tonight. But they've got this through still here. Still no flamethrower down here, you know. I really like this room. I think what they did here is really, really nice. Really, 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 But yeah, overall, I think this is my least favorite, just because I was so ingrained, I guess, in my mind of how Coagulation looked and what they changed and how they made it better from Blood Gulch. But with this, I feel like it was a step back in a lot of regards. Still really, really nice. From a visual standpoint, huge leap. Huge, huge, huge leap. And that's it. That is the stream. We've played the first 2 missions where you play as the Arbiter. We have checked out Zanzibar into Last Resort in Halo 3, into Halo 2 Anniversary with Stonetown, and then Blood Gulch, Coagulation, and Bloodline. Let's have a quick look at what other multiplayer maps we're going to be checking out in the other streams. But that's pretty much it. A little bit longer than I would have hoped, thanks to that glitchiness. To everything crashing. But we've got Warlord, which is a remake of Warlock. Which I believe there was also a version of that in Halo 2. So there's Warlock in Halo 1, which is like space themed, I think. I will have to check. Shrine, which is a remake of yep. And then Remnant, which is a remake of yeah, I'm really good at remembering the names of the Halo 2 levels. We'll check out all 3 of those next time. Probably. But let me check. Did they remake Warlock? It was one of the DLC levels. Yeah, Warlock. So it was called Wizard in Halo 1, and then Warlock. Yeah. And Sanctuary is the other one that they used, yeah. And then Relic. So they're the ones we'll be checking out next time. I'm really sad we never got a Terminal remake, because Terminal's one of my favorite levels. But I think they remade it for Reach, if I'm not mistaken. Which is why they didn't end up doing it for this, I guess. But let me just double check that it was definitely called Wizard in Halo 1. Yeah, so Wizard to Warlock. And then into the other one. Oh wow, they've got Gephrophobia, Ice Fields, Infinity. These are the PC only levels. Crazy. Anyway, enough me messing around in menus. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!